Hello, everyone. Comic Journey back here again with another new comic book day. It's that day of the week again. It's that time that everybody finds joy. That time when you go to the comic shop every Wednesday and you pick up all those new books, all those cool new stories, all these cool new covers. And this time, I got some new stuff. I definitely got some new stuff, but I also found some cool stuff in the back issue bins. And I'll show you guys what I got in this stream, along with what the stuff I found in the back issue bins, along with a couple of tips that you might find interesting as far as when you're trying to get a better deal at LCS. So, just like every week, if people have seen this before, and if you haven't, I have two comic shops that I frequent every Wednesday, or I try to get there every Wednesday. If not, I go later. And the reason for that is because one of the places that I get the majority of the books from give me a discount on all the new books, and then the other one has some books that I can't find in the one comic shop. Plus, they give me a bunch of deals, and they do the CGC submissions, and they do pressing and cleaning and other services, and they're nice guys. So I try to support both LCSs in the best way I can, and try to get my business and not concentrate on just one place. Both places do a lot as far as trying to take care of me. So I respect that, and I wanted to make sure that on a weekly basis, I try to get something from them both at one point or another. Unlike that other place that I focused on Free Comic Book Day, that I haven't gone since that day. But let's get into the stuff. Before I get into a rant, before I get pissed off, I'm just going to say this again. Neither of the places give me bags and boards with the new books. It drives me off the wall. It's not because of the fact that there's shortages out there. They just never do that. They never give bags and boards with the new books, even though they'll give you bags for the freaking dollar bin books and boards in some cases. They just won't do it for the new books. It makes no sense to me. Zero. But again, that's my pet peeve. Maybe I'm just like one of these disgruntled guys that's pissed off all the time. Whatever the case is. I said my piece. So, before we get started, let me make sure I get you with my high-end graphics once more. Don't adjust your screen. This is 3D action. High-tech stuff. Very high-tech stuff. Look at that. Switching screens. It's new comic book day. What the hell did I get? Well, let me show you what the hell I got. Let's start off with this. First book I got from the first place was the last book you'll ever read. Apparently that's not true, because I got the last book I'll ever read, number one, and I've read more since then. So they lied to us. But I did get number two. It was somewhat interesting. The first one. Interesting enough to want me to get issue 2. Now, I don't know if I'll continue past issue 2. It's a little bit of a weird story about, somebody that writes a book and people die and blah, blah, blah. You got to read it. You make your own decisions. But it's kind of weird. So I got it. I got number 2. And we'll see if this turns into a monthly thing for me. Then the next book I got, which I think is on most people pull list, Nice House on the Lake 2. This is the one copy of it, the black label, harder copy, I guess, whatever you want to call it. That's the $4.99 one, the nicer paper one. And then this is the $3.99 version. I like these copies better than the premium ones for some reason. These are cool covers. Don't get me wrong. These are definitely cool covers, but for some reason I like what they're doing with the cover A's. So this is cover A, the cover B. Great read. A must read for me every single week, every month when it comes out. Not sure what's going to happen when they take that time off from this book, but I've been really enjoying the read, and I've been collecting. So I have this on my pull list with the one comic shop, and I also have on pull list with the other comic shop. So I get 2 copies every month. One is for me to enjoy and read, and then the other one is for pure speculation. And we'll see where that goes. But that's my way of speculating. Then the next book we have is Thor 185. Now, I got this because I needed it. There's nothing very special about it. There's no special key other than the fact that it's a silver Thor issue. If you want to put any minor key to it, if you want to make it like a minor key or something like that, Infinity's second appearance, cover appearance, whatever you want to call it, nothing to do about it. But that's what that's all about. And I just needed it because I'm in the process of collecting a run of Journey into Mystery, going into Thor, number 100 to 200. And anytime I find something that's an affordable copy, this was $8, decent grade, picked it up. Then I got to the register, and my LCS surprised me with something. He got me with these. So I don't know if you know what these are. These are Masters of the Universe mini books. Now, many people might not be familiar with these, especially some of the younger generations, but these used to come in with the action figures from the 80s. This was like a set of the action figures. They're not in the great condition, but at the same time, they're very collectible. And people who love He-Man and Master of the Universe love these things. I personally love them from a nostalgia factor. I had a lot of these. I had a bunch of little He-Man toys when I was a kid. None of them survived. But he actually had these in looking over a stack that he had just gotten of comics, and these were part of the lot last week. And I mentioned to them, these are really cool. And because I didn't mention that to him, he put them to the side for me. And that's one of the reasons I'm loyal to this place. This is the place that doesn't give me the discount, but look, he took attention to what I said. He kept to the side. He said, "You want him?" I said, "Sure, I want him." These could all use a little bit of cleaning. Not in the greatest shape, but doesn't matter. Even in the worst shape, these things are selling for like $5-10 a piece. So, sometimes you get them in big lots, but you have to be picky and choosy of what you get. But there was a few of them. Now, some of them are numbered, some of them are not numbered. This is not numbered. This is not numbered, but as you can see, really cool covers. It's a nice sharp one. This is actually probably the best condition one out of all of them. Really nice sharp. This probably came a rare, man. And a lot of these little mini books said the story of the character that it came with. This one came as well. Then there was a couple there that came in duplicates. This was a nice one as well. And you have This one, I think these are no. This is a duplicate. This is a nicer copy than this. And then this came in duplicate as well. Now, something I noticed, some of these books have a number on the top that I never really observed in the past. This, like, for example, is number 7. This is number 6. Number 5. And that's the end of my numbered ones, but these don't have numbers on them. But these are really nice collectible little things. And the thing is, at one point, these were flying through the roof. People were paying crazy amounts of money right before the He-Man Netflix series came out. Then Kevin Smith came out and released the first 5 episodes and completely pissed off the entire He-Man fan base. And these all started to drop at that point. Now, I have a feeling the next batch of episodes that they release, they're going to take heed to what the public is saying. And I bet you they're going to make adjustments. So I got a feeling that from a spec point of view, these are staying in my collection. Maybe I'll get rid of those doubles. But these are going to stay in my collection because I like them and I just want them in my collection. But I have a feeling that you're going to see another jump start for the He-Man figures, He-Man thing. So I got all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 little mini books for $25 altogether. Now, did I pay too much for them? Did I pay too little for them? I think I got them for a really fair price. I just got to figure out how exactly I am going to be putting these together. Maybe I'm going to be putting them in a comic bag. I don't know. I got to find a way to be able to preserve these. So I got this. This is the other nice buy. We got the Nice House on the Lakes. These all came from that first comic shop. Okay? So we're done with that. Empty bag. Now we're going to go to the next batch. So let's start with the new books. And then I'll show you what I got from the back bins after that. Okay. So this place has the comic shop news. And I always have to get it every week because I like to read the comic shop news. And as you can tell, Soul of Pirates, not Soul Pirate. I don't know what the hell that means. Maybe it's about pirate. You got Kazar talk, Defenders talk, all kinds of stuff in here. That's why I like to pick this up and read it. Find it fun, find it entertaining. Okay, so the first books that I got here, again, like I mentioned to you before, I've been getting these in duplicates. I get one set from one store, one from the other store. Even though I pay a little bit more at the one store because I don't get a discount. But like I said, it's not for the discount. It's to support the place as well. And the fact that, he gets me cool stuff like this He-Man figure. Let me put this so I don't bend the book because that's not going to be good if I bend it. I'm going to be really irritated. Put that right there. So it's still somewhat in the, camera's view. So the next one I got is Army of Darkness 1979. I'm a big Army of Darkness fan. I like Ash. I haven't been really picking up a lot of these Dynamite Studio books. I'm trying to go through the back issues and try to get them and start building a run. But this got my attention because it is Army of Darkness 1979. It's got this really cool cover of the Statue of Liberty's head and everybody all around it. Deadites coming from all over the place. Really stunning image. Really, really stunning image. I had to pick it up. I don't know if there's anything to it, but I love the cover. And, if you've been watching me in any way, you know that I'm a cover guy. Then next book is The Last Flight Out. I don't know anything about this book, but it is somewhat interesting. Last Flight Out, it's got a little girl looking at a city. It's a dark horse book, which lately has been surprising me because I wasn't paying any attention to Dark Horse, but lately they've been coming out with some interesting books. So I figured, let me grab it. It's number one. Why not? Let's check out The Last Flight. Then the next book that I got is this. This I found really interesting. The Shepherd. It's got a bunch of skull heads over here. The Shepherd, Paths of the Soul by Black Caravan. It's got a matte type of cover, glossy pages. Interesting book. Black Caravan, I guess, is by Scout Comics, I guess. It's number one, but like I said, it's got me intrigued to what this is all about. And it's got like heads, and it looks like heads with war gear from different eras. Like this looks like a more modern era type of helmet, and then this looks like something that's from Viking times, and this is like from Civil War times, and this is from maybe ancient times. It's something very. This looks like something like a feather, so maybe it's from Native American Indian type of thing. Got my interest, so I had to pick it up. Is there something to it? I don't know, but like I said, I'm a cover guy, and if I see stuff that I find intriguing cover wise, I pick them up. Then the next book I got, I don't know. I bit the bullet. I bit the bullet. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I got it. Dark Horse number one. They still had a copy of it. Maybe it's my FOMO that got me. I know it's not nostalgia. I didn't like I collected Dark Horse in the 90s. It was okay, but it was never my favorite book. I think I was buying it more than anything on spec back then. But supposedly this is like a new character of Darkhawk and whatever. I don't know. But, Darkhawk number one. There you go. Now I got a Darkhawk in my collection. I no longer have my original Darkhawk, so that's part of the stuff that I lost. And then the last book that we have is the Maze book, which I found really intriguing. I'm not sure what it's all about. It's another Dark Horse book. It's by Jeff Lemire, who really is hit or miss with me as far as if I like his stuff or not. The art on the inside typically does not get me with this like very simple type of art, but it might be very fitting. It does fit the outside, inside kind of look all together. Don't know. There was something about the title, the cover intrigued me. The fact that it's Jeff Lemire and he has put together some stuff in the past that I did like. It's number one. Let's give it a shot. So I got all of these. Okay. So that's the end of the new books. Not a lot of new books this week, at least for me. I didn't get a lot of new books, but found it very intriguing. Oh, I found it very intriguing. Oh, did I have more? Oh, I did have more new books. They were wedged in here. I thought I had more. I had them sandwiched between the books that I got from the back issue bins because they have backboards and plastics, and my new books don't. I knew I had more. All right. So, next book I got was Khazar, Lord of the Savage Land. Okay. Typically, Khazar is not my kind of character. Supposedly, Let's check if this is actually accurate. Supposedly, there was some kind of thing going on for 9/11 in here. What is this? Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know what this is all about. A preview for, I guess, Venom. I guess. I don't know. Supposedly there's something in here about 9/11. There we go. There was a little segment about 9/11. Didn't buy it for spec. I actually got it for more sentimental value because of the 9/11 factor. It's the 20-year anniversary. As you guys know, I am from New York, and I did live this whole life vividly as far as 9/11 and the impact they had on me. Was very similar to a lot of other New Yorkers and other people that were in the direct ground zeros of uh, the attacks. Did lose people I knew well when that happened, so I ended up getting that. Just, I don't know, there was something about that 9/11 issue, which I no longer have, which actually was one of the books that I wish I did still have in my collection. Maybe I'll find it again at some point and add it back into, bring it home. But, this was basically the reason I got this. Just felt like it's something I had to read and something I had to support. And I do appreciate that Marvel does acknowledge it and does something to commemorate the attacks on 9/11, 2001. And it's behind this nice looking Kazar cover. Again, it's very unassuming as far as that's concerned, but you can see right in here there's a little, 20 years never forget on there with an image of a firefighter holding a flag. So I had to get this. No spec reason, nothing. I don't think Kazar's gonna be worth anything, but it is a nice cover. But for me personally, I wanted to get it because of that 9/11 story in the back. So nothing exciting about that. And then we have Not All Robots. So I got the first issue. It was really intriguing. It was nice. A great cover on the first issue. Great cover on the first issue. This one's from AWA Upshot Comics for mature readers. Very different from the first cover. Very basic, which is not a bad thing. I like some stuff like that. That's interesting. But let's see if this continues. It is going to be a good read going forward. We'll find out. I don't know. There's something to this story. There really is something to this story. I don't know what it is, but it's got me engaged. They got a commercial for Fight Girls in here as well, reminiscent to those yellow covers in Fight Girls. And then the last of the new books is The Conjuring the Lover. The Conjuring the Lover. And I forget which issue this is. 4? This got to be 4. I don't. Where is the number? I think it's 4. Pretty sure this is issue 4. But again, they continue down the theme of those old VHS covers. Really cool. This one I think is a homage to Friday the 13th. Pretty sure that this is Friday the 13th homage. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. Again, decent story. Love the covers. Horror stuff that's intriguing. So I'm with it. Let me flip these over so you get to see what I got. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to what I got, And I'm also going to give you guys a little bit of some tips from somebody that does got some good deals in the past from LCSs, how to approach it. So I went to the back issue bins and I got some really nice books. I got Red Sonja Marvel Feature #1, which is actually the first issue of Red Sonja being fully under her own type of title kind of situation. It's not called Red Sonja; it's under our Marvel Feature, but it's her first solo type of storyline. And then I found another Red Sonja #1. Look at this shiny mylar. You know, they had one for 15, another for 20. Believe it or not, I think the one that priced at 15 is in better condition than the 20. I got to take further looks into them when I opened them up. And then I found #2 twice again. Okay. Okay, so we got 2 issues #2 and 2 issues #1. If Gary B is watching, he'll probably appreciate these books. And they're all definitely in very fine condition. Plus, with a cleaning and a press, they could probably get into the 9s. Where in the 9s exactly, I don't know. They're not 9.8s, but there is a possibility of getting the 9.2, 9.4. Okay? The way they're looking right now. I'm pretty confident that's the case. And then I got an issue of X-Men 105. Okay? So this is another one of those books that I needed to add to getting my run completed. I'm currently doing a run of Uncanny X-Men from 100 to around 250-ish is what I'm trying to complete a run on. Maybe I'll even stretch it to 300. We'll see how long it takes me, but I'm getting pretty good with the hundreds right now. I got a lot of the hundreds. This one was one of the ones I was missing. I saw it on the wall. It was priced at $25. Grabbed it. This is actually somewhat of a key, and I'll tell you why. One of the things that's important in this book is the fact that they introduce a character called Lilandra. Lilandra was the ruler of the Shi'ar Empire, which was a very, very present alien race throughout X-Men history, especially during that Claremont run. Lilandra was a very important character. If you're doing that MCU spec and all that stuff, and because of the cosmic element to it and the galaxies and Guardians of the Galaxy, it is possible that they will introduce the Shi'ar to that universe. And if they do, Lilandra is going to follow, if not be the person that actually kickstarts it. So, good book for that reason. This book is in pretty decent shape. I want to say that it is definitely a fine, going towards a very fine. Again, a clean and a press will go a long way. Only a couple little spine ticks, if you could see them. Nothing big. Very tiny little spine ticks. And there are a couple little crunches in the corner. But overall, very presentable book. And that's all I could ask for when I'm collecting these type of issues. Again, this is for my personal collection. If it's a 9.8, that's okay with me because I want it to be part of the collection and something that I enjoy. And this one is fine. And I think it's this one, they priced it wrong. The funny thing about LCS is a lot of times you'll see them price things at ridiculous numbers. They're following the eBay sales and stuff like that, and they're putting these crazy numbers on there. And then they have other reported books like this that I think they undervalue and underprice. So it's a funny thing. So let me give you guys a tip. Okay. So I picked out all these books. Now you had this 25 plus 15, that's 40, plus 20, that's 60, plus 10, plus 10. Okay, that's $80 total. $80 total. Okay. Which honestly, all the books that I just showed you, all these books right here, they're priced fairly. They're not priced off like really off. They're fairly priced according to the market. They're okay. But when you have books like that, like I showed you that Thor that I got from the other shop, it was $8. I'm not even going to include the He-Mans because the guy put them to the side to give it to me, and he already priced it out specifically for me, so I was not even going to haggle or try to work out a price on that. I was fine with it. It was a fair price. And with the Thor, I got one issue that's priced at $80. This is how you need to approach it, especially if you're going to your LCS often and you're building a relationship with them. If you go and haggle with them every time you get a $5 to $10 book and try to get it lower, they're going to be apprehensive to you. They're not going to, they're going to like, they're like, oh, this guy's giving me a hard time about every book, $5, $10 books. It's not an expensive book. So I got it for $8. I didn't any question. I didn't give when I get bigger books or if I get multiple books from it, then I'll ask for a discount or I'll try to work out a better deal. That being said, I got this from the other place. So this is how I approached it. And I advise a lot of people to take a similar approach. I went there. I had all these great new books. Okay. He knew what I was getting in the new books. It's not one or two books. This is books. Okay. Okay. This is like 40, 50 bucks worth of books. He knew I was getting this. Then I take these and I place them on top of this, on top of these books. And all I asked the guy is, what's the best you could do for me? That's all I asked. So you're not haggling with the guy. You're not necessarily telling the guy, give me a better price. You're not demanding things. What's the best you could do for me? Now, why this approach works is one, you're not grabbing individual books and like making yourself look petty. You got a bunch of books right here. This is $80 worth of books right here, at least from his pricing. And by showing him that you're picking these up, potentially these as well, he knows that you're going to buy stuff. And he also sees me there every week picking up my pulls. And occasionally I'll pick up back issues. This is the same place I picked up a whole bunch of older books like that Tales to Astonish number 90 and a couple other things on Free Comic Book Day, and then I ended up winning the raffle with this is the same LCS. So you got to know how to pick your battles, And they were doing heavy discounts that day, so you're not going to fight them when they're doing heavy discounts because then, you got to be smart. When I got these, he looked them over and he said to me, how's 55 sound for them? He already chopped off $25, okay? Which for me was a great price in itself, But I figured, let me see if he'll do anything more. So I said, 55 sounds good. 50 would sound a little bit better. He looked at me for a second and said, you know what? No problem. And it was as easy as that as far as a transaction. So I got all these books for $50, which basically came down to $10 a book, which I'm definitely under well under fair market value on these books. Well under them. And that's just one little pointer and one little way to approach this. You want to make sure that when you're buying these books and when you're picking out stuff, you know, and you're trying to get a good deal on something, that you approach it in a one respectful way, not an obnoxious way. You definitely want to do that because you could get really obnoxious with people and turn them off, and they're not going to want to give you a better deal. They're not going to want to give you a better price. Two, well, one, you don't want to be obnoxious. Two, you want to be respectful. Three, you got to back yourself up as far as your funds. So if they know you're a legitimate customer that goes there every week and you spend money there, they're gonna go a little bit more than usual to try to make you happy as far as getting a better price on some of the back issues. It's just how it is. Because if they don't, they're not a smart business person because they know that if I hunt this for long enough and I'm sitting there, I'm sifting out deals on eBay, I'll get them for better deals on eBay. You know, now in this case, I definitely wouldn't get a better deal, not in these grades on eBay, especially if you factor in shipping. And so I ended up doing very well with these books. I think I did. If you disagree with that, please let me know. But you know, these books are very significant, and I'll tell you also the reason why I got 2 copies of each. Um, because I think I want to keep these in my collection, and I think I'm going to build a full run. There was a full run of these that went to 1 through 7, and as I find them, I want to complete that 1 through 7 run. But in the meantime, 1 and 2 are probably the most popular of that run. Maybe number 7 was as well because it had a Conan appearance in it. Um, but these two are probably the most popular from the run, and I will probably see which one is the best of the 2 sets that in grade wise, and if I could give it a press and a cleaning, and if I feel that I could get at least a 9.2 to 9.4 on them, I'll probably send them out to get graded and have one set that's graded and one set that's raw. And that's just a way of, you know, collecting and specking and that kind of thing. Because if for some reason these go berserk when the actual Red Sonja movie does come out, because there is a one in production, and if they go berserk, I'll have a graded version that I could sell at any given time, or a raw version, and I'll probably make back everything I just spent on these plus the grading at that time. And if they don't, that's fine because I didn't put a lot of money into them, and I got really nice books that I like to have in my collection, and they're there. Same reason I do that with the Nice House on the Lakes. That's why I did duplicate copies every month because I want to have 2 full sets, one for grading purposes and one for raw purposes. Um, and if for some reason they go really nuts and really crazy, maybe I'll grade them all. But I want to have one in my collection. And one of the reasons I get annoyed when I have a lot of graded stuff is because I can't open it up and I can't look through the book. Like I can't appreciate a book like this and just sift through it. So that's part of the way my mind's wired and how sometimes I negotiate and how I approach things. And I could assure you, if you go to your LCS often and you spend a good amount of money every week or every month or every year with them, if you go in with the basic principles of being respectful, not obnoxious, realistic as far as your expectations are concerned, because I can't expect them to give me this for $1. It'll be nice, but we can't expect that. Realistic with your expectation, and you know what you're hunting for. So there were other copies of early X-Men in there. that I really believe were on the eBay inflated price scale. Even if I got a significant discount on those books, it still was above fair market, in my opinion. And there's not a point of me fighting with that LCS person or trying to really haggle them down and justify of why my price is the price they should accept for it. Because one, even if you do get it, they're going to feel that you just basically fought them tooth and nail on a book that they thought they were going to get a lot of money, and they're doing you a favor. Don't ever give them the strength of feeling like they're doing you a favor, because you and all the other patrons, all the other customers are the ones keeping the places in business. It's a mutual thing. They're doing the right thing by you, by giving you fair prices and good service, hopefully. And you're doing the right thing by them by staying loyal and continuing to spend your hard-earned money at their shop. It's a back and forth thing. It's a mutual thing. So that being said, just thought maybe some people would find that interesting as far as my approach sometimes. And if you feel that you like these kind of tips and that it's somewhat helpful to you, and you want to hear more of how I approach things like this, let me know, and I'll make videos that are concentrating on just these kind of conversations. But that's my haul for New York Comic Book Day. I think I got some good stuff. I think I got some really, really good stuff. But until the next video, until the next stream, I want you all to keep collecting, and I'll keep recollecting. Thanks for joining me. How do I turn this thing off? How do I turn this? Come on. There we go.